Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dharma practitioners, in these ongoing meditation sessions, we mainly try to provide basic information for yourself to develop a very good, solid, clear spiritual path. So first, understanding it yourself is very important. And then because what you understand help for you to practice yourself. So that's why day by day, you have to be more clear with the technique that you practice. And at the same time, you have to observe the condition of the mind while you practice. You have to observe the posture. You have to observe the primary mental object. You have to observe the result. This all you have to observe without interfering to it. That is where you can correct that things. Another thing is when you practice meditation, don't believe that everything going to become so clear. No, maybe you're still going to have the more busy mind, busy lifestyle, but you are capable to maneuver it, go through that without having any difficulties. So I bring an example. Like when you drive on the freeways, you can't expect that there are no traffic, doesn't mean that no vehicles. Of course, there are vehicles. Otherwise, it is just not only for you. But still, if you are capable to go through that all the vehicles without getting hit, and then you end of the journey, you become successful. So there are different vehicles, different people go to different directions, but sometimes they take the same road. So then yourself, your mind the same like a freeway. There are many thoughts come and it has a different way to go. But your primary mental object is like your vehicle. You go through the tranquility state. So you should not get hit with the other thoughts. So that let that thought be to there like that way. But can you maneuver? Can you go through? Can you make your journey more safe? Rather than dealing or getting hit with the getting disturbed with the other thoughts. So that is a skill. So then try to master that skill Don't try to have a kind of like a complete empty mind. You can't have that. Thought come as a result of cause and effect. We have to understand that nature. This anything not come because of you, because of me, because of our personal opinion. The thoughts come to us as a result of cause and effect. That everything experience as a result of cause and effect. So don't try to fight with it. But overall, you have to understand that the whole process. So that's why the meditation give you the basic foundation and the background for you to see this. And once you see that, you are capable to maintain your life and get the highest and most profitable outcome through any kind of circumstances, through any environment, through any situation, through any incident. So that is a skill. So through the meditation, we go through that way. And when you walk in that path, so this self-centered idea, I am, me, is always going to be with us. It's not easy for us to just let go it. Even though that we know there's no self, but still it's keep coming to our mind. And knowingly or unknowingly, sometimes it happened through us. And the seeing the self-centered mind is not easy sometimes because it has different layers. So you have to go through that, all the layers to find the real epicenter of the self-centered mind. It takes time sometimes for some people, not all. But in day-to-day life, there are few things that you have to remember, remind yourself. And by that reminding, what happened, it allows you to slowly release this self-centered mind. So once you get out of the self-centered mind, you tune to the nature, environment, and the universe. And you more tuned to the Dharma and the karma. So that is the path that you have to walk. So then what the first thing that you have to remember sometimes, it's conventionally by thoughts you have to remember, because thoughts that the self-centered mind more play the role with the thoughts. So then you have to use the same kind of pattern to make it more weak, rather than believing or arguing, oh, there is no self. Sometimes we hold into the self and say there is no self. And sometimes we more disappointed or angry or mad and sad about the self deeply. And then as a result of that, maybe we say no self. So then how you can make it weak? How you can reduce the strength of self-centered idea? So one is always you have to remember, whenever you have time, you are in a process of aging. So that's all, you have to remember that yourself. Breath by breath, moment by moment, day by day, morning by morning, night by night, week by week, month by month, year by year, incident to incident, you are aging. You get old. That you have to remember physically, that you have to remember by thoughts. So that is one thing that allows you to reduce the power of the self-centered, egocentric mind. And the second one is, you should know at any time we are possible to get sick. This body is a kind of like a place for any disease or sickness. And it's always, you have to remember, we kind of like as an example, that some people, they never into hospital, they never went to doctor, and they never get some kind of disease, good for them. But when they get old, suddenly when they get sick, they get so disappointed. They get so upset, unbalanced, because they don't understand why they thought, they believed, oh, I'm not going to get sick because I never got sick. But now when you get sick, you break up inside you. So you should understand, maybe good for you that you never got sick, but it's very rare. We can't say 100% for everything. There are some monks even during the Buddha's time, and they didn't get sick like that. But still, as ordinary people, if we don't develop any kind of special meritorious activities, and sometimes we are possible to get sick. So we always have to remember that, and we have to accept it. And a lot of people, when they get COVID, and they got disappointed and panic. Why? They thought, oh, I'm not going to get sick. So like that. So why you hold it to so much to that self? Because you are part of the nature. So the sickness is a part of the nature. And so the third one is get old. So the aging is the day by day process. The old is a once a while you have to remember, like your childhood time. And maybe now you are young and you are old. So you have to reflect on the journey that you go through. And it is not that always you believe that you are the same, you are the same, you are the same. Sometimes people try to mention from childhood to now, oh, I am the same. But no, if you look every 7 years, that entire this body change, our mindset change, and time to time, seasons to seasons, our emotions change sometimes. So it also in a journey. So we have to remember we get old. So that is the third one. And the fourth one is always we have to remember that in life, our human life built with the community. From child to mother and father and brother, sister, and relatives and friends and family members. And then you become part of it little by little when you get old and you're young and you start your own life with the partner. You become husband, wife, and then you start to make children. And then again, grandchildren. So like that, you become a part of the family, and then you start to build up a family. And during this whole birth to death, what happened? You build up a community around you. So in that community, sometimes, not all the time, sometimes you meet very, very close people. And you build up a very good connection with them. And it makes you feel good. And sometimes we start to depend on them. They become a part of us. But always you have to remember, one day it's going to go. Separation. It's going to go. Everybody not going to be forever with you. People are going to go away. If you look your 10 years back, from that place to today, look, you have different people today around you. For sure. Maybe you still have some people, but there are a lot of new people came to your life. And you felt so good with sometimes. And forget about the negative people or the people who ever give a hard time, but sometimes whoever give you the comfort. So focus to that and know that people one day going to disappear. So once you know that, the idea of the self going to become so release. And it allows your mind to become free. Otherwise, if you start to believe that they're going to be with you forever, and it's kind of like a reflection that it's like a boomerang. So you use the person, and after that, what happened in the day, and out of that person, out of that relationship, you build up your self-centered, egocentric mind. That is what happens. So then you have to remember somewhere you found that person, and before you found that person, you never had that connection. So reverse that and make your mind always free, knowingly. One day you have to go back to that state. So the next one that you have to remember, the death, the dying. And we have to let go of the soul. We have to die. And when that day comes for us, we can't take anything with us. So we always have to remember. Don't wait till the death comes to you, because in that very moment you have no time to remember. You don't know you're going to die. When the death comes to us, during that times maybe we are struggling with something. And even most of the time we don't know we are on the process of death. So that's why now while you're living, you have to remember you're going to die. It defines your life more and more, and it brings the more skill to yourself. But in the Western world, the remembering death is kind of like a very negative way of thinking about life. But when it comes to the Eastern culture, especially the base with the Dharma or the teachings, it always, the death, remembering death is a kind of like a reminding death is a kind of like a very solid foundation for a successful life. So that's why always remember yourself. One day we have to die. And so when you remember that, when you become so clear with in day-to-day life as an ordinary person, your life become more humble, more clear, profitable. And the next one, the sixth one, what you need to remember always, that everything related to the cause and effect, all the action, reactions, result, that's mean the karma, the experience, recognition, understanding, thoughts, this all, perception, the very foundation is the karma. That means causation. Nothing exists independently, separately, and everything exists as a result of something. Once you have this understanding, so step by step, you release the idea of self-centered mind. And then by the time what happens, naturally through your bodily, verbally, mentally actions, you become more clear with the environment or the situation, and at the same time you are capable to be more flexible and go with the very moment, knowingly how things come to be as they are. So once you're capable to go that way, your life become more and comfortable, sustainable, profitable, and you have the balance. And at the same time, you always refine it. It helps you to refine, and you get healed out of the any wounded mind. So that is very necessary for all of us. So then remember always, mentally, physically, visualizing, and don't think that there is no self. So once you go have this access, this way to access to yourself, and by the time you will say, then there's no kind of like thoughts about no self, because you recognize the very nature of the very experience, aging and the getting sick, get old, and separate from people or the community, and go towards the death. And the foundation is the karma or the causation. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left, neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring attention to your body and scan head to toes 3 times yourself and say Supat Veva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And when it happens through the sensation, recognize it, do nothing extra. And time to time, observe this and see the condition of your mind also. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible. Near or far away. Already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata cha amnihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi. Addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadhi maranam ha paribunjissami. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.